Hey everyone, this is Charlie the Plug, your host of the Detroit Metro Plug podcast, powered by Empower You Ventures. Don't forget to subscribe so you too can be a part of the biggest empowerment network on YouTube and Facebook. We bring you weekly interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship, community involvement, also reaction to business news and community news. This does not happen without your support. Thank you. All right, welcome to another episode of the Detroit Metro Plug podcast. I'm Charles McKaye, aka Charlie the Plug, where we bring you interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. So welcome everyone who's watching us live, episode 135, the day before Christmas Eve, 135. I've been doing this for over 3 years, and I've reached episode 135. I just want to welcome those who are joining us live. I see a few people are watching us now on our various platforms on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook. So thank you, welcome. Happy holidays to you. Just a milestone for this year as we close out the year. I'm able to celebrate. We have over 20,000 views, over 135 episodes, 20,000 views, over 527 subscribers on YouTube, 2,400 people on Facebook, 1,000 on LinkedIn. So we want to thank you for your support. We got to show the social media algorithm that positive content matters too. So if you're watching this, you find value in what we're doing, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family. So I'm excited about this episode because we have another difference maker. I believe this is her first podcast, and she's written an impactful book. I'm going to do a little formal introduction. I'm going to read a little bit of her bio. She's going to share a little bit about herself. We're going to have an interesting conversation about her book and the things she's doing here in the city of Detroit and nationally. She's a life coach. She's a motivational speaker, and she has a lot of life experiences that I think you will benefit. And so welcome to this episode. Happy holidays again. And I just wanted to take a pause for a second. During this time, people who have lost loved ones, whether it's this year or last year, I know that it can be triggering during the holidays. I just had a friend who just had a death in the family yesterday, right before the holidays. And so they're going through some things. So make sure you're checking in with people, your family. Make sure you find connections, meaningful connections, and you're not alone. And hopefully everybody's going to have a good holiday. All right. So I'm going to put my glasses on, and I'm going to read a bio on our guest. So I'm going to read just a little bit. She's going to share more about herself. Our next guest is a mother of 2 adult children and 2 bonus adult children. She has a passion for God and using her gifts and talents to help others. Always collaborating with others. She actively supports communities, fostering collaborations, and empowering others by passing life valuable lessons. Our next guest has a blessed academic background with a master's in project management, a bachelor's in business administration and marketing. And in addition to her master's in computer information systems, she holds a master's certification and a life coach and mentoring certification. Our next guests have applied her knowledge and skills in various roles in IT industry as a leader and a consultant. She will share inspiring stories, examples, and tips from her own journey. And those who will be watching, you're going to be inspired about her life journey and the things she has to share. And she is a life coach, a motivational speaker, and she is the author of a new book, Who Am I? So we're going to talk about that book and how you can discover your purpose, your passion, and your identity. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 135, none other than Bridget Williams. Welcome.
Thank you, Charles, for that.
My, I know I read a little bio and it was kind of formal because I wanted to make sure people knew who you are, and because we're about celebrating the positive contribution of Detroiters who are doing some awesome things, and you definitely have a lot of great experience. I believe our audience could benefit from. So, if somebody would just ask you, who is Bridget Williams? What would you just generally say about yourself?
I am a mother, a widow of a husband, past husband of 43 years.
Mhm.
I am a professional woman who have worked in the corporate world for over 43 years. I have two beautiful children, two beautiful bonus children, and I have lived a life that God is pleasing with. I am definitely a God-feeling child, and I am blessed and honored and know that I have done all the positive things that God would be very pleased of. I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. I've been in Michigan for all my life. I've been here since I was a little baby. I
Okay.
was brought here to Michigan to live my life and become the woman that I am today, to live the journey and to help and serve out here and be an example of God's life.
All right, all right, all right. I think we should celebrate that. I told you we had an air horn, so I like to kind of celebrate when, especially when someone has some positive things that's going on in their life. So I want to give our audience the backstory. So our topic is just discovering your identity, your discovering your passion and purpose. And I want to give our audience a backstory about your life. So you mentioned you were born in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, is your family from there, or?
Yes, my family is from there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember? Because you said you came up here in Michigan when you were 2.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you the youngest, or what? Are you have siblings?
I am the baby of the family.
Okay. So they were up here. Okay.
I have 5
And
siblings.
was there a reason? I know, like, my grandfather's from Georgia, and they came up here because of the jobs, of course.
Yes.
Automotive, and so is that true for your family?
I think
migration?
that's the same reason that my
Right.
family moved to Michigan
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
It's more opportunities. Of course, we
Yes.
know the history. My grandpa has stories of just Jim Crow and all that stuff. So there was a migration to the north, in particular Detroit, to find opportunity. So that's your experience.
Yes.
Now, what part of Detroit did you grow up on?
On the east side.
Okay, shout out to the east side.
Yes. Shout out to the east side.
Yes. And did you go to school on the east side, or what
Yes,
was it?
I did.
Okay.
I went to school here in Michigan on the east side.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. That's cool. And now, how did you, in our intro, we talked about, you into computer science, information technology. So what sparked your interest in that?
Well, I always wanted to be a smart girl when I was young. I wanted to go into something that was going to be in a demand.
Mhm.
And I always done a lot of research on my life and where I wanted to go, what journey I wanted to go down. And I decided that computers and information technology was the best route, and it would always be in demand, and I would always be able to get a good job to make a lot of good money.
Okay. Now, was there anybody in your family, like, was there interest? Did you start playing like video games, or what was it about? Because you don't see a lot of young ladies going into the sciences and computers.
Well, I've always been a part of technology, from music to computers, just gadgets. I always like to learn, and I knew that when I got my first cell phone back in the old days when you had the big cell phone.
Right.
My husband bought me a phone, which at that time was my boyfriend.
Right.
And he bought me one of these big gadget phones. It was huge.
Right.
And then from there, I started, playing with that. And I was so excited about that phone. I think I might have been the first one to own one of those big phones back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when cell phones had just came out. I remember having a beeper.
Okay.
And I went from the beeper to the cell phone, and I thought I was on top of the world because I had one of those great big large cell phones. And from there, I thought, wow, this is the world. And from there, I started moving from bigger technology and bigger equipment, and then I started getting into computers, and I just fell in love with technology.
Yeah. Now, were you always good at math and science? Because I know that's required. I know math for sure.
Yes, I've always been smart. I love math.
I like that too. You've always been smart. I like that. I like that. Okay, you like math. It came easy to you?
It did.
Okay.
It did.
Okay.
It did very much.
Now, from high school, you were good in math. You had an interest in technology. Was that your first choice in your major when you went away to school? Where did you go to school?
I went to the University of Michigan.
Okay.
First, I went to California for
All right.
my associates. I went out to California University when I first finished high school, and then I came home and started attending University of Detroit, where I obtained my master's and my bachelor's and my master's. And I've just been trying to educate myself even more with certifications to continue getting knowledge.
Now, I can imagine, just with your background, was there some challenges getting into that field as a lady? And did you have to overcome some obstacles to get into the IT space?
Very much.
Yeah.
I would say that throughout my career, in my computer information systems career, there were very few women. I would say in a class of maybe 40 or 50 students, you would find 2 women in technology. Yes.
Right.
There was not a lot of women there. Now, today, there are more women in technology, and we are pushing for more women to get into technology. We're also trying to encourage our young ladies to get into technology while they're young. We're starting technology now with children at the age of 5 because kids now are very smart at 5 years old.
Yes.
So we're starting to teach the young ladies now to start and go into technology today at 5 and 6 years old, so that we can have more women into the technology space.
That's awesome. And you would be considered like a trailblazer because wasn't a lot of women in there, and I just can't imagine some of the stories and things you had to deal with.
Yes.
Being I don't know if it started in college or even in the workforce, doing internships and stuff of that nature.
Well, in technology, you're overwhelmed with men thinking that women are not qualified, you're not smart enough, and why are you here in technology?
Right.
But we have to just overrule the world and let them know that women are here to rule and take over technology. Yes, we are.
I want to acknowledge we have a viewer, and I don't know if you know this person. Dr. Geneva Williams says, "Hi there, happy holidays to you and your family."
Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you, and Merry Christmas.
Okay, all right. Thank you for viewing, and please like and share if you find value in our content. So I want to go. I'm interesting because you share some things about just when you're breaking through as a trailblazer in information technology, the sciences. What were some of the things, your coping mechanism to deal with those barriers and the challenges that you face when you work for corporate?
Just work hard and work smart.
Work hard and smart.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now I can imagine those experiences kind of help you in what you're transitioning to now. So we mentioned in the intro you are a life coach, motivational speaker. When did you start getting into that?
Well, that's another story.
Okay.
The way I came to be involved in becoming a motivational speaker as well as a published author, 3 years ago, come January 2025, I lost my husband of 43 years, and I didn't know what to do with my life, and I didn't know how to move into another step of my life, how to move into another journey. So I said to myself, well, what do I do? And that's when I decided, to put it in God's hand and say, God, where do I go? And God said to me, follow me, get a book, get a piece of paper and start writing.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. I got a pencil, got a piece of paper. I start writing. Then he said, go to your computer and start typing. I went to my computer and I start typing. And then from there, I had a book. And I wrote about my life, my journey. I gave some examples of some life experiences that I had, how I got here, and how I came out of a dark space, that I know I'm not the only one that reaches that area of life. When you lose a loved one, it's kind of like the hardest thing of your life that you have to deal with. And you have to figure, how do I do this? Because you're kind of like you're driving a car and, someone else is driving the car, but now that person's no longer there. You have to now drive. And it's like, where do I drive? And you don't know where you're going. So you have to find that direction and the path of where you're going to lead your life to. And no one's going to drive you there but you. So that's what drove me to write the book and to become a motivational speaker and to coach and mentor others that are going through the same exact thing that I went through. Because sometimes you want to know, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I turn to?
Right.
So a motivational speaker, a coach, a mentor can help coach you through that process. Because it is a journey that you go down that is new. It's something that you're learning and you want to discover, where do I go? How do I get there? And you need someone to talk to you. And sometimes everyone would say, talk to your family, talk to your friends. But sometimes you want to talk to someone that don't know you. Because they can kind of give you more strength to move forward, to recognize that you got to move forward. Your family, you kind of feel that they're there. They love you. But you don't get that sense of strength that you really need, because you're still feeling that missing, because you're used to that family being with that same family that you're with. So the stranger, the other person that you can talk to, your coach or your mentor, you can talk it out and they can understand that you just need to let it out and not be judged, not be recognized and told a different or what way or what direction to go in. You have to discover that for yourself. You have to know, where am I going with this? What journey do I go down? How do I get there? You have to figure it out on your own. You can't let your family, you can't let your friends do that. You have to discover it for yourself. So writing the book helped me to move to that next chapter of my life, to know that God had a plan for me. And his purpose is, sometimes there's a lot of obstacles that get in the way, and you want to know, why I'm going through all these obstacles. And sometimes they're not obstacles that's coming to us. They're actually obstacles that are for us, to know us, to learn us, to develop us, and to grow us, and to move on with that dream and that life and that talent that God is giving you, because we're here for a purpose and for a reason. And we're all, at some day, we will go the same place. We will leave here just as we came. God has loaned us to each of us for a short time. And sometimes we don't know what that time is. But we're all are a loan to each other. So we have to learn that God didn't give us our families and our friends for life. He gave them to us as a loan.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Man, I could tell you're passionate about your subject, how you just explained everything. It came from within. And I like what you said on the tail end, that people are gifts and are on loan to us. And there's going to be some people who have experienced what you've experienced, who are watching this live or maybe watching the replay, and who experienced a loved one, a loss of a loved one, whether it's their husband, wife, or a parent, or something like that. But particularly for those who are considered a widow, what is some advice? Now, I think you said you guys were together for total 40 years?
43.
43 years.
Yeah.
Was high school?
Yes, right after high school.
Right out of high school.
Yes.
Okay, and you guys life together for
Did you guys get married after high school, college?
We
or?
got married after we were together for a while.
Okay. So you were married. Okay. So that's and I'm assuming that with that long-term relationship, that I guess your self-identity, everything was kind of tied to that bond. Is that fair to say?
That's very fair to say.
Okay.
I just didn't. It's like as a child, you grow and you grow with your parents, and at 18, it's time to depart.
Yes.
It's like growing with someone, and you grow to develop love, and you turn that two people into one person. And it's like you take a heart, two pieces of a heart, and you put it together. And that love is a love that no one can describe it. It's a love that only God knows it, because God is the one that put it together, and He's the one that keeps it together. And God knows that when He put a love together, it will not come apart. And when you lose that loved one, it still never comes apart. That person will always be with you in spirit, in your heart. They never leave you, because you have grown together, that you kind of sold together, and you don't come apart. You just go a different direction, but the direction that you went is still in God's hands. So God take you home, but He still keeps that spirit in your heart.
Right.
So you don't lose that loved one.
Right.
They're with you forever. And I think that's where the widow came in, because to me, as a widow, what that means is I will have that love for that person in my heart forever. They will always be a part of me in spirit. When I walk, I still walk with them. When I talk, I still talk with them. I still feel that they're in my heart loving me. And I feel I had to learn that as I was trying to get through that frustration and that pain and that struggle of how and why, asking God, like, why did you take them? And you don't have to say why, because as you go through your life, God took them because He has more work for them to do. They were just alone, but in your heart, they will never leave you. They're always there. And that's what I had to learn, and how to come out of the dark, how to come out of a space where you feel like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to live this life alone. I want to be where they are. But you have to know that God is saying, no, you don't have to live there. You can live here, because they're here with you.
Right.
And that's what in my book, you'll get that out of it as well.
Yes.
That you don't want to feel that you can't go on. Because I did feel that way for a long time, that there was no life for me to continue to go on. But God said, I got a lot of work for you to do.
Okay.
I want you to go out here and serve.
Right.
I want you to lead by example.
Okay.
And I want you to tell people about real love.
Okay.
Because real love is a love that you don't give up.
Right.
You don't stop. And whatever there is to be done, you do that.
Okay.
You love that one until there is no more love for you, until you meet them another time.
Right.
You don't love someone and then you go to another person or go to another individual, because that means you didn't really love that person that you say that God put together. God put it together. He don't take it apart.
Okay.
So that love stays with you. That's how you become a widow, because you love that person for life until you meet again.
Yes.
That's what a widow is to me.
I want to recognize a few more of the comments. We have Lance Blanks says they said they're proud of you.
Thank you.
We also have Kevin Frazier. Hello, thank you for inspiration. I've been following you for a long time, so I don't know if this is.
Thank you. Yes.
This family and friends.
You.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you guys for watching live. Continue to comment if you have a question for our guests on our topic today on just finding your identity. We want to thank you for joining us. And please like and share what we're talking about today, and share this podcast. So I want to get more, want to transition more into your book, and just who was this book for, and what do you hope people to get out of reading this book? So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, get more specific on the book,
and then how people can connect with you, purchase the book, and some other stuff you'd like to share with our audience of some upcoming things. Okay.
So we'll be right back. Quick, a little commercial announcements. So you pull this up here, and we'll be right back. Thanks again for. Hey, Detroit. Are you a Detroit area small business owner, entrepreneur, leader of a nonprofit organization, or a business service provider? And are you looking for ways to share your product, service, or your programs with a local Detroit audience? Let us help you increase your reach by becoming an ad sponsor with the Detroit Metro Plug podcast powered by Empower You Ventures. Our weekly video podcast is a growing local feature on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn that focuses on local business and community news. This gives you a chance to connect with local Detroit customers or clients. We offer cost-effective ads to fit your needs. Click the link to learn more about our current ad specials. And remember, connections matter. This is Charlie the Plug with the Detroit Metro Plug podcast.
Black Leaders Detroit, they knew that during the pandemic, that Black businesses were going to be left out of any type of funding that the government gave, and they wanted to make sure that they were able to figure out how they could step up and help, because again, this is their community, and they want to make sure that their community is still here when this pandemic is over with. And the only way you can do that is by offering support to your community, and so they stepped up and they did that.
I've been telling everyone I know about Black Leaders Detroit. The things that they're doing is simply amazing. And they're taking care of business for the Black business owners.
It's $1 a week donation to keep this great thing moving. $1 a week keeps it popping. Black Leaders Detroit.
All right, welcome back to the podcast, episode 135. We've been doing an interview with our guest, Bridget Williams-Frazier, and she's been talking about her journey as a young person. Her family migrated here in the Detroit area, seeking opportunities, and how she had her love for technology and gadgets and things, good at math, always been a smart person, and just her journey in corporate and dealing, kind of being a trailblazer in the technology space. I know that technology is popping out. People want to know about, we have Black Tech Saturdays here in Detroit, which is a movement of those who are tech curious, who are into tech. But here with us, we have a trailblazer in the area. And she's sharing just her life experience with that, as well as her lifetime partner, who unfortunately there was a loss, and just her whole healing journey with that, and how she came up with her book to also encourage others and use her life experience as a way to encourage others who may be faced with similar things. So we're going to get into the book here. So you have this book. Who would you say this book is ideal for?
Everyone.
Okay.
My book is for everyone to discover who you are. Are you living your best life? Are you living the life that God has put you on this earth? Are you pleasing to Him? Are you serving? Are you using your talents? Are you using your gifts? Are you out here doing God's will and God's work? That's what my book is about. Okay.
And what do you hope people will get out of it? I know that you were kind of looking at some chapters.
Well, I want people to get out of my book to start thinking of, are you using your talents? Are you discovering all that you have, all that you can be? Mm-hmm. Are you going out to conquer the world and be the best that you can be, and know that sometimes you'll fall, but you won't get there if you don't start to go down the road. Mm-hmm. You have to drive yourself to a direction, to a destination of a journey of a life that you deserve. that we all deserve to live a good life. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it seems like, how do I get where I want to go when I don't have all the things that I need, all the tools, all the necessities to get there? You have to start somewhere, because no one will get to the end of the road if you don't start to go down the road. God give us all a talent to use it, but you have to do the work. And life is about work. Hard work pays off, and hard work will get you to the end of the journey. And no journey is going to be easy, because it wasn't easy for God. It definitely will not be easy for us. But if you take God with you, you'll get there. I'm a living witness. I can tell you by experience, by example, not by just talking and reading the Bible. I'm actually doing the work. I'm not just reading. I'm actually activating the life that I'm reading in God's word.
Okay, great. I'm showing some slides here. It looks like you were at a book signing. I got this off your social media page. So you could probably see it on the computer here.
Yeah.
Was that like recent or?
Yes, that was a book signing that I had for my book.
Okay.
To bring people out just to sign the book, and to introduce myself and to get to know people, and for everyone that wants to know me to come out and get to know me as well. And I will be having some other book signings as well, and to let people know where they can find the book at, and which the book is on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble, and it's also on my bookstore site on Google.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the Amazon here. I'm sharing my screen with the audience. So they can purchase the book on Amazon, and I think you're offering a special deal.
Yes. For it now until the end of the year, this is how much I want you to get my book and read it, and hopefully it resonates with you. It helps you in some way to do something different or special in your life that you haven't done. Step out there on faith and know that God got you, because he had me, and he will not do any more for me than he will do for you. So the book is now 99 cents.
99
So
cents.
I wanted it to be affordable to everyone and everybody. Okay. So go out and get that book and read it, and let it resonate with you, and just go out and leave me a testimony of how you felt about the book, what it done for you, because I have some people that has given me live examples of how my book have changed their life. They have read the book and have actually moved on to other states and started a new life. Some people have come to me and have said that they were ready to give up on their lives, and they have read my book, and now they are on the journey of doing great things. So I want the book to resonate and do the same thing for you.
Okay, so how long will this book be on special? Because I want people who are watching this. Is it
it's to the end of the year?
So the 31st?
To the 31st.
Okay, 99 cents. You can't beat that. A book that can encourage you, motivate you. You can't get, I don't even know if you can buy anything, a bag of chips. Don't even right. I don't know anything you get for less than $1, besides some little penny candy. But here's a book that can be a blessing to you, or it can be a gift, a stocking stuffer, or someone you may know who be encouraged. Not just buy one. For 99 cents, maybe they can buy 10.
Yes.
Pass them out to people at their church, their organizations, their civic organizations, maybe co-workers. So that's a great deal. So when they go to Amazon, I'm going to share this screen again. Will they just type in, who am I, self-confidence, emotional journey?
Yes.
Or
you can type my name, Bridget Williams, who am I as well.
Okay. And I think you got some news. I think you were telling me you made the top 10 list on
yes,
yeah.
I did make the top 10 of the bestseller on Amazon.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. Well, we're going to get some applause for that. So I think we have another comment. Oh yeah, we have Georgia Cole made a comment. She says, "Happy holidays to the Plugcast crew and all. Thank you for
sharing today with us, Dr. Williams. All right, thank you, Georgia Cole, for being a supporter and watching. We look forward to you and your husband coming back on and share more about marriage and dating. So she's watching us today. Oh yeah. Someone said we need to buy 10. So okay. Thank you. Only 99 cents. You can't beat that. So I want to share. I'm going to share your website too. You can share some of the stuff you do with coaching, and let me pull that up so the audience can see that here. Let's see, share screen. Here we go. Okay, so there we have it. So share people your website and some of the things you offer. So it's Global Connections.
Global Connecting Consultant.
Oh, Global Connecting.
Consultant.
Well, ING, Connecting Consultant.
Yes.
Okay. And what would people see when they go to your website here?
Well, there it is. They'll see my face in the cover that tells you it's about adversity.
Okay. All right. And what are some, you have your book signing stuff here. I know that was a past date. What are some of the services you provide in terms of coaching and helping people? Go ahead.
We provide coaching and mentoring. We have sessions that I also offer a free consultant session as well. If you'd like to come out to my company just for 30 minutes and talk about your reasons, things you're going through, or if you're going through something, you need someone to help you get out of it. You want to discover your life. You want to discover, what's your next journey? How do you get to the next path of your life? You're struggling with something. If you're struggling with school, you're struggling with life, you're struggling with marriages, you're struggling with relationships, you're struggling just on what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. We are here to help you get through that. We put a plan together for you. And we don't just give you a plan. We give you a plan and we walk through and work through the plan with you every step of the way. We don't just give you a plan and leave you with it. We actually work through the plan with you, and we put you on a program. We have a 3-month program. We have a 6-month program, and we also can give you a 2-week program, but that's very intense, and that's meeting with us every other day. But whatever is best for your schedule is what we will put together a package for.
Now, who was your coaching set up for? Is there a particular person? Who do you normally attract your services? What would you say?
Anyone that's reaching out for help, anyone that's struggling with their life, struggling of not knowing how to get to. They're
kind of stuck, or
they're stuck on something.
Okay.
Yes.
Trying to find out what they're to reinvent themselves, a new direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone that need help on what do? I want to start into technology.
Okay.
How do I do that?
How do you do that? How do you get into technology?
We can get you there. Okay. How do I start to be a professional? We can help you do that. How do I start to
career readiness?
Okay.
Yes. Career professional. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How to move up the corporate ladder?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So you do career services, kind of discovering their why, their purpose, their passion. Now, is it you work directly with people? Is it one-on-one groups or something else?
We do groups and we do one-on-ones as well.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, definitely I want to stress that we work with grieving, people that's grieving, specifically because that's really how I started the business, because sometimes there's not enough help out there for people who are going through a grieving process.
Right.
Of how do I get to that journey? How do I get to that next chapter? So I definitely want to make sure that I stress we definitely want to help those individuals as well. Okay.
Great. So I have on the screen how people can connect with you. We have, I want to encourage our listeners and those who are watching live and the replay. We have how you can connect with Bridget. There's her website there that we just shared on the screen, globalcconsulting.com. There's the email, business@globalcconsulting.com. There's Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Amazon, the title of the book. You can type her name, Bridget Williams, or the title of the book. You find the book only 99 cents up until the end of this year. So those, and this will be in the show notes after doing the replay on our YouTube description. So any announcements or anything that you want to share with our audience? You got anything coming up or things you want to know? I don't know if you're doing any book signings in 2025 or anything, presentations you got coming up.
I do have an event coming up in January
Okay.
the 25th.
All
I
right.
will be sending out more information for it. So just put it on your calendar,
All right.
and more information will be coming out for that event,
Mhm.
January the 25th, 2025. So put that on your calendars, and I will send out more information
All right.
in the next week. You will.
How
get
do
that
people sign up
information.
to your email list? They go to your website, or so they can stay connected with you?
You can go to my email, leave me a message. You can
Okay.
go out to my business site, Global Connecting Consultant, as well. I'm out there on Facebook, on Instagram. Leave me a message. I love to hear from you.
Mhm.
Any questions, any concerns, anything that you have that you can offer me as well. I'm
Okay.
always open for suggestions and recommendations and testimonies. So
Mhm.
please go out to any of my sites and leave a message. I'd love to hear from you.
What about those who are watching, who are interested in your speaking services or may want to book you for an event? What's the best way they can reach you?
Go out to Global Connecting Consultant, and I have my information where you can sign up and provide your information, and someone will get back with you as soon as possible. Leave your contact information and what you're looking for, and if you have an event, we would definitely love to come out and be there
Okay.
to present our motivational speaking to your audience
Okay.
and to your guests.
And the information about I don't know if you have a media kit, press kit, or electronic press kit for those who are interested in your speaking services. Is that through the website or something you can email people?
Yes, if they email me through my website, someone will send you some information back.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
As we kind of wrap things up, I told you this goes by quick. As we wrap things up, what would you say is what describes how you do business, how you conduct business?
Well, first, I am a woman of God, and I stand behind God in everything that my company does. And we are honest, we are loyal, we are faithful, and we try to live like Christ-like, and we want to be an example of nothing but positivity and just being an example of professionalism at all times.
All right, I like that. That you have you're faith-based driven in your business, and you
Yes.
try to hold yourself to a standard that honors people and represents your core beliefs. I like that. I think that deserves some air. All right. And so, any parting words? I know you shared about your upcoming events. We talked about the book. We talked about your journey, the services, the website. I'm going to show that screen again so people can make sure there's an email. Follow her on social, Instagram, Facebook. It's right there. Global Connecting Consulting. We want to get her followers up. Any parting words? Anything you want to share as we end our broadcast today?
No, I just want to tell everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and go out and get my book and enjoy it and share it with someone and give me a testimony of how you felt after reading the book, what did you get out of the book, and also to let you all know there will be a series 2 coming out in March of 2025. I will be presenting my next book. Look forward to it. And I hope you enjoyed that one as well as you will enjoy the first one. And I thank you so much for joining me today on the podcast. And I hope to see all of you somewhere throughout my social media, or just maybe at one of my events or presentations, or invite me out to do a presentation or a event for you, I would love to.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's episode 135. Bridget Williams-Frazier, author of Who I Am, discovering your purpose, your passion, your identity. We thank you for being on episode 135.
Thank you.
Thank you for those who watched us live. Happy holidays to everyone. And thanks again.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
It
you,
was a good
Charles,
pleasure
for
having you.
having me here.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. And I appreciate you very
Yeah.
much. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas and
Yes.
a Happy New Year's as well.
Thank you. All right, so that wraps up our podcast for today. I may have another one before the end of the year. Just trying to confirm some dates here. Just trying to be consistent, bringing you content, positive content. Those who are doing positive things in our city, positive contributions, celebrating them and what they're doing. And that's what we're about here on this platform. And if you find value in what we're doing, please like, share, subscribe, show the algorithm of social media. We don't got to be about trashing people or negativity. I'm not trying to be negative on those kind of channels, but we're here celebrating people, celebrating good things. So please like and share. And you guys have a good Christmas. If you're celebrating, happy holidays. I may be back on the 30th. If not, Happy New Year to everyone. And thank you for your support. And we'll see you in 2025. I'm booking guests. We got some new shows we're going to roll out. And I'm just excited in what we're doing and how we're being a blessing to the community. All right. Have a good night.
Hey, everyone. This is Charlie the Plug, your host of the Detroit Metro Plug podcast, powered by Empower You Ventures. Don't forget to subscribe so you too can be a part of the biggest empowerment network on YouTube and Facebook. We bring you weekly interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship, community involvement, also reaction to business news and community news. This does not happen without your support. Thank you.